Hello everyone! Welcome to day 13 of Vlogmas! Since I am over halfway done already, I have decided to give myself a break from the past and live in the present. You know, that soda taste test was from the present also, but who cares about the details? You know, it's so fun to just answer questions. So what I have decided to do is reach out to my friends and family on Instagram and Facebook and, you know, ask them to ask me stuff. So I have always kind of wanted to do a Q&A. Is that selfish to say? I don't know. Well, before we get started, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who sent me questions. So, hi Tarzan. So let's get started. First question, where are you going in 2020? So far, we have one trip planned. We're going to Hawaii on a cruise with my family, and we are so excited. Probably somewhere else. I don't know. Oh, I know we're going to Memphis in May to see Jacob Collier again, and I'm so excited. So far, just Memphis and Hawaii, which are huge deals. I don't know. That's nothing to like shrug at. Oh my gosh. Next question. What is your favorite Christmas sweater? Ooh, I can show you. Hold on. This one! I don't know if you can see, but it has some embroidered lovely stuff on it. It fits me really well, and I've gotten lots of compliments on it. I actually was telling a colleague of mine about my sweaters because I've been wearing a different ugly sweater every day to work for the month of December, except for today. And I told her the demographic for ugly sweaters is petite old women. And guess who complimented me on my sweater? Petite old woman. So I know my audience. Next question. Are you singing much these days? No, not really. Not in public anyway. I'm not really in worship band at our new church yet. I'm not in a choir. Carter sings all day, every day, so it's kind of the last thing he wants to do, and it's kind of no fun if I go somewhere and sing and he's not there, so I'm sure we'll join something soon, but as of right now, no. How are you doing? Really? Aw, you're so sweet. I'm doing well. This year has been insane, so I am just ready for some chill holiday time, even though the holidays are the opposite of chill. I don't know, I'm doing well. I'm really liking my job. I'm really liking where we live and the people that we're meeting, but it has been really hard. I mean, moving to a place where you don't know anyone is super, super tough. It's been really great just seeing the Lord provide for everything, but whew, yeah, it's been tough, and I've been good. I've started working out this month again for the first time in like over a year. I took a cycling class this morning for the first time ever. Holy cow, am I sore? But it's been good, yeah. So overall, learning a ton, meeting a ton of new people, and just feeling grateful for everything in between. Next question. When was the first time you knew you wanted to marry Carter? I know the answer. We had been dating for 2 weeks, and we were on a volunteer spring break trip together, and we went out in the rain on a paddle boat and just paddled out into the lake and had a deep conversation, and we talked about marriage 2 weeks into our relationship, and I knew from then that this was gonna be it. Next question. Would you rather win a Tony, an Oscar, or a Grammy, and why? That is such a good question. I'm gonna take out Grammy first, just because I don't know. The hype around Grammys for me, that's not the thing. Tony or Oscar? I think I'd have to go with Oscar because I love movies. I make it a goal every year to see every movie nominated for the Oscars, and I think that would just be insane if that happened. What are your top 5 goals for the next 5 years? I am not a huge long-term planner, if that makes sense. I often think in terms of short-term. I can think about a year ahead, but thinking 5 years ahead is, whew, that is not my strong suit. My top 5 goals. Okay, let's see. Make videos every year for Vlogmas. Write a movie script. Travel to Tokyo with Carter. That is a huge goal. Okay, let's stick with 3. Oh, okay. A friend from high school asked, do you miss being a WHS band member? Yeah, I do. They had a sale of our old marching band uniforms last year, and I almost bought one because I missed it. Next question. Where do you work and what do you do? Great question. I work in the IT department at a regional hospital. Yes. Okay. Next question. If you were a houseplant, what would you be and why? I don't know many plants off the top of my head, but I like really rich green colored plants that aren't really viney and are easy to take care of. Because I think that I'm pretty simple in my colors, and I think I'm pretty easy to take care of. Okay, next question. What is your favorite holiday tradition from childhood and favorite tradition you have started with Carter? See, that's really tough because my parents are divorced and both remarried, so I got 4 families that I do holidays with, and they each kind of have their own traditions, so it's hard to pick one favorite. I'll name 2 that I can think of. One is doing St. Nicholas Day on December 6th with my dad's family. It is fabled that St. Nicholas would leave presents in children's shoes if they left them out the night before he would stop by, and that's what we do. We leave our shoes out, and then someone else fills them, and bless you. My dad even shipped me a pair of my shoes stuffed with candy my freshman year of college so that I could still celebrate. And with my mom's side of the family, we used to do a rob your neighbor gift exchange. It was a good time. Okay, next question. Are you and Carter coming to St. Louis for New Year's? Please say yes, I'll be there. And bringing a boy. This is from a friend of ours who lives in Kansas City. I think we will be for New Year's Day. So if you mean New Year's Day, yes, we'll be there. If you mean New Year's Eve, I'm not so sure. Okay, next question. What is your excitement level for the new Star Wars movie coming out? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for the new Star Wars movie. Carter had never sat down and watched episodes 1 through 6 ever before. He knew all the cultural references and the memes and whatever, but he had never actually watched them. So we have been slowly going through them, and I'm super excited. I love Rey, I love Finn, I love Oscar Isaac, I love BB-8. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to find out that Rey is a Skywalker, you know? Next question. Time travel. Do you think it's possible? To quote one of my favorite bands, I am a breathing time machine. So, no, I don't think it's possible. If you were made of chocolate and cheese, which would you choose? I think they mean chocolate or cheese. I would probably choose, here's the thing about chocolate is I don't like milk chocolate, like at all, unless it's mixed with peanut butter and made into a Reese's. So I feel like cheese is just more versatile, and there's not a cheese out there that I don't like. Okay, that's wrong. I don't like blue cheese. So I'd probably have to say cheese. Okay, you have to choose one breakfast cereal to have for the rest of your life. What do you choose? Easy. Captain Crunch without the stupid crunch berries. Next question. Okay, this question is really funny. What are all of the Spanish words you remember? That's from a friend of mine who I spent 8 weeks with in Mexico over the summer after my freshman year of college. I personally say, ¿por qué no los dos? All the time. Necesito agua. Gracias por la día. Was that even right? Thank you for the day. I don't know how to say this day. Y mi comida y mi amigos. Escuincle, I remember, because that was my favorite Spanish word that I learned. It means brat, I think. Like you call a little kid an escuincle. All the colors. Amarillo. Food that everyone kind of knows, like burrito. I remember perro and perro. I can't roll my R's, which is car and dog, I think. Mano is hand. What's the word for bat? It's like mauled something. I don't know. A lot, but like not a lot that's useful is what I remember. I hope that's enough, Taylor. You're the one that studied Spanish, not me. Okay, what is your favorite Christmas song? I like 2. I'll Be Home for Christmas, gorgeous, and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the Muppets and John Denver version. Dill or bread and butter pickle chips? Dill. What would you do if Sundrops ceased to exist? Why would you ever think that? It's never going to stop existing. It's going to last into eternity, and you freaking know it, so don't even joke about that. Next question. When will you scoop Tarzan's litter box? That one's from my husband. I'm sorry. Okay, last question. Create a top 10 list for 2019 movies, bands, TV shows. Okay, how about instead of that, because that takes a lot of thought and preparation, I'm just gonna list some of my favorites of each of those. I'll start with bands. I did my Spotify Unwrapped, and Chance the Rapper was my #1, followed closely by Bon Iver. Bird Talker has been a huge favorite of mine the past couple years. Tallest Man on Earth, which is just one guy with a great band name. Avett Brothers, as always. The Frozen Broadway soundtrack, amazing. Oh, also the Icelandic singer Ásgeir, Moses Sumney, and Sleeping at Last. Movies, I'd have to say some of my favorites from this past year were Jojo Rabbit. Oh, just so gut-busting and gut-wrenching at the same time, holy moly. Frozen 2 was awesome. Toy Story 4 was awesome. It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. I don't know, that's from the past couple months. I can't think back before that. TV shows, I have binged The Crown this year, and I'm going through season 3 right now, and I love it so much. It's so good and so slow, and it's the perfect watch something, do something else during it kind of show, and it's beautiful, and the plot is just fascinating because it's based on true events. Oh my gosh, and the acting and the costumes and the style and the accents. Oh, it's so good. That was probably my favorite show that I watched this year. Also loved The Good Place. Haven't seen the newest season. I'm not a real big TV show watcher, but yeah, I'd say The Crown and The Good Place were my favorite 2 this year. Okay, I did it! Thank you so much again for those who wrote in. Tomorrow we'll be back with our regular scheduled programming of a trip from the past year. I think I have 3 more travel videos left, and then it'll be back to this regular old boring content. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas season, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye!